Well, Miriam, it seems like we've been in this position before.
Yeah, it seems like just yesterday, really.
Actually, it's over a year ago. Here we are in another asphalt odyssey. This time we're going to...
Heading south to Key West.
Mile 0 in the Florida Keys on US 1. Literally the end of the road.
Or I think I prefer to think of it as the beginning of the road.
Who knows? So, the question is, are you packed?
Oh yeah.
Bathing suit?
Yes.
I got my Speedos.
Oh no.
From the beginning, we have used the tagline that all roads lead to another road, except this trip. Our journey will take us to Mile 0 on US 1 in the Florida Keys, the southernmost point in the continental United States. We will trailer our Am Spyder to the Miami area, then join friends and Spyder along the overseas highway to Key West, after which we will head back north picking up the SUV, visiting more friends along the route before returning home.
We got love that we'll never need to hide. Love will always rise above. Whatever comes, we will be just fine. If I am yours and you are mine.
Well guys, we're out and on the road, heading south. This first section we are going to move quickly through the eastern seaboard states, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and down into Florida, where we're going to pre-position the Spyder, and down in the Homestead area of Florida, where we can then meet up with the other folks and head on down to Key West. A trip, a safari, and exploration is an entity different from all other journeys. It has personality, temperament, individuality, and uniqueness. A journey is a person in itself. No two are alike. All plans, safeguards, policing, and coercion are fruitless. We find after years of struggle that we do not take a trip takes us. John Steinbeck. So, Miriam.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Ready? Yay, Georgia!
Welcome to Florida. Florida State, huh?
Okay.
We're here in downtown St. Augustine, America's oldest city, and within walking distance of our lunch spot is one of the national monuments, the Castillo de San Marcos, which is really a cool fort that the Spanish built back in the late 16th century. You know, St. Augustine predates Jamestown in Virginia. We Virginians tend to think that everything started in that area. But anyways, this town and the fort was actually established before Jamestown was settled, which is kind of cool. And what I like about it, you can see the moat and the drawbridge that protected the fortress. You can also see exhibits that showed how the soldiers lived. And you can see their graffiti on the wall. So it really is kind of cool. And because it was built of limestone that was harvested in this area, it was basically impenetrable. So even the British couldn't blow it up, which is good for us. So it was certainly worth a stop, and all covered by John's senior pass for the national parks. So pleasant afternoon.
All you kids get off the lawn. I'm not afraid to use this thing. Ready to go to dinner?
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm hungry. It's been a long day. I need a good meal. Just had a salad for lunch. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Look at me, I'm riding a Am Spyder. Vroom, vroom. Gotta go.
We had some time to hang out with Dan and Denise of Daytona Beach, Florida, fellow Spyder riders, and when they were living in Virginia, they attended one of our meetup in the Shenandoah National Park a few years ago. They currently live in an eclectic little neighborhood called Latitude Margaritaville. I don't know how to describe it except it's kind of cool.
I didn't do it. I want my lawyer.
Okay. Hey guys,
Hi.
Hello, good morning.
tell everybody your name and where we're at.
Well, my name is Dan,
I'm Denise.
and we live in Daytona Beach, Florida, in a community called Latitude Margaritaville.
And how would you describe your community?
It is definitely not a retirement community. It's a lot of people that have moved here. Some are still working, and most of them are working at having fun.
You're obviously a Spyder rider, since when I say obviously, because there's a big one in the garage.
Yeah, and John and Miriam showed up and brought an even bigger one and put it in my garage. If guests come in and they bring a Spyder and put it in your garage, you guys, right?
Yep, yep.
But yeah, we're Spyder riders. We have a 2020 RTL that we bought 3 years ago when we lived up in Virginia.
What led you to the Can-Am Spyder?
Well, it's John and Miriam's fault. The whole thing. It's all their fault.
Guilty as charged.
Yes.
It was when I was younger. I rode motorcycles, dirt bikes, and stuff like that. I wanted to get back into it, and my wife never really rode motorcycles. So I started looking around YouTube and different, type of things, and I stumbled across John and Miriam's channel, and started watching it, and learned about the Spyder that way. And then I also stumbled across a couple other. I don't know if I can mention.
Yeah, we're all friends.
Coach Vic and her driver, what's his name?
Some guy named Bob.
Oh, yeah. Bob. So watching those, and turns out that there's a dealership in Purcellville. So we drove up there in December and took it for a little ride. Really liked it. And then we went back a month later in January. Took another ride, and that was it. We brought it home. They delivered it to us because I didn't have my freewheel endorsement in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
But just absolutely loved the machine and spent a lot of time riding up there.
So what would you say is your longest trip to date on the Spyder? Besides bringing it from Northern Virginia down to Florida.
Well, really, unfortunately, that is the longest trip. But I guess our longest trips that we took were the two during the holidays. Like it was Thanksgiving and Christmas during the COVID situation, where we just got on the machine and we went out. One time was 5.5 hours, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That we went over the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it was just a gorgeous day.
Denise, we haven't heard from you as much as what is your opinion of being in the back seat on the Spyder?
It's pretty good, except that I have to look around him if I want to see anything, because I'm shorter.
I don't have that problem. Miriam can see right over top of my helmet. Her camera, you can actually see over top of my head, so she has a good view.
Yeah, they don't make a Can-Am Spyder booster seat.
There's a recommendation for me.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to add or say?
The machine, for us, especially during COVID when we bought it, instead of just sitting around doing nothing, when we bought it, like I said, in January, we rode almost every single weekend, because in Northern Virginia, there's so many places to ride out to. It's so beautiful that we rode all the time. So, I mean, if you're thinking about or hesitant, I mean, I even talked to a gentleman here in the community just recently, and he was, as a matter of fact, it was last night, it was Tom. And they were thinking about, he's thinking about getting back to it, and he's thinking a three-wheeler, and I told him, you got to come over, or I'll come over and show you the Spyder. because his wife is, I guess, hesitant about wanting to ride again, because when they had a two-wheeler and they would lean, he experienced a couple of times where you go into lean and your passenger's not leaning with you.
And it makes it very difficult to turn when you do that.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we do want to say thank you for, being our host for the last 12, 15, 16 hours and showing us your community and spending time with you. It was a hoot.
It was our pleasure.
Oh, it was our
excellent.
pleasure. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and thank you for coming down.
Oh,
After leaving Latitude Margaritaville, we headed to Ponce Inlet, the Down the Hatch restaurant, where we'd scheduled a meeting with a few friends, spider riding friends. Ray and Linda, you will remember from past meetups, George and Denise, also from a past meetup, and Bill and Tammy, who we were meeting for the very first time.
Oh no, he's drowning.
hey everybody, this is George. This is George's place. This is Club George, and it's really, this adventure travel stuff is really hard work. But we're up to the challenge. So we just want you to know this. Sometimes it's a little harder than usual, but we get used to it.
All your neighbors waved at me when I was on my walk. I just pretended like I lived here.
Center. Highly recommend it. It was very nice. We spent the day there, and it was a lot of walking. But did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah. I did. You need to give me a heads up if we're gonna be on camera.
Camera's recording. I'm talking. We're on camera. Okay.
It's been fantastic.
So today, what are we doing?
We're heading via the scenic route to Florida City.
Yep. Which is
stop by Lake. Is it Okeechobee?
Yes. Finally arrived at Homestead. No worse for the wear. Miriam hasn't shot me for being grumpy, which I probably have earned, but nevertheless.
Little wilted. All right, I think I've got my first load.
Okay, let me get my backpack. And we even confirmed that we can keep the trailer and the SUV here while we're down in the Keys, so perfect. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our travel-related content, just check out the rest of our channel. And don't forget to subscribe.
We don't know where we're going, we just wanna get gone.